what I want. Tell her I'm ready, the check coming heavy. I bought them made busy, no this ain't a Chevy. The king of my city, can't nobody check me. They know where I'm at if they coming to get me. I've been in the pocket like keys in a wallet. If you think you got it, then pull up and bet me. I'm keeping it solid and just being honest. You ain't gotta like me, but gotta respect me, make it. Boy, if you ain't talking paper, I tell shorty spin around and watch it. Every time I hit the stage, I make it. Yeah, I just pull up to the crib and then boy, if you ain't talking paper, I tell shorty spin around and watch it. Every time I hit the stage, I make it. Yeah, I just pull up to the crib and then
EA Sports of the National Football League welcome you to Acrisure Stadium here in the Steel City of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Coming up, we've got a good one in store. It's the Baltimore Ravens and the Pittsburgh Steelers. The regular season ends here. Thanks for having us in. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson. Long road to get here, but now we are here. The season finale. Playoffs begin next Saturday, so it's time for one last regular season kickoff.
In Week 18, it could just be so tricky, can't it, Mike? I mean, on one side, you got teams that have the playoffs wrapped up. So Week 18, it's a chance potentially to rest some starters or maybe get them out of the game early and get geared up for next week and the start of the playoffs. You got some teams that are fighting for their lives. They need to win Week 18 or else their season's going to end. And then on the complete opposite side, you got guys making plans for the offseason, figuring out where they're going on vacation. Week 18 is a tricky thing around the league. A lot of division games, a lot of interesting matchups. And we're just wrapping up stage one of what is an unbelievable NFL season.
So pleased to have you along. This should be a good one. We're set, and off we go here on EA Sports. On the return, Malik Washington. Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line. Well, here come the Steelers, and that's the sight that looks odd, but people were looking to see after keeping us waiting all spring. Year 21 in the league for Aaron Rodgers, his first as the Steelers quarterback.
One thing about this guy that's pretty clear, Mike, is there's not a whole lot that rattles him. He does a good job staying even-keeled. You don't know if he just threw a pick or if he just led his team to a touchdown drive, and that was kind of the case last week. He didn't let it snowball into a bunch of back-breaking mistakes. He shook it off and kept playing. If he keeps that mentality as the rest of the year unfolds, and if he does, he's going to give his team a chance every single week.
They'll get 11 there, and that's a quick first down. Now the Ravens use their first timeout. They'll be disappointed there after giving up the first down.
And this run game certainly didn't waste any time getting settled in. Nice job by the offensive line, displacing defenders at the point of attack, and allows the back to pick up a nice chunk to get this game rolling.
Off the place, and right at the outset, he lost the football. I believe one of the Steelers was in there and brought it in. He did, so it stays with Pittsburgh.
And they should consider themselves lucky. You can't let a pass rusher through that quickly and not expect there to be consequences. Fortunately, they're at least able to fall on it and prevent this from being a complete disaster.
And 13. Working out of the gun, it's run.
Especially as the game goes on, this offensive line has to do a better job to make sure that they have this protection shored up and that this isn't a sign of things to come.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. He'll get that to Jalen Warren. And he'll get a good chunk of that yardage back, but he's still well short of the first down.
As a route runner, once you identify zone coverage like they were playing here, the key is find open space and stay in it. He did a nice job here because that was not a big hole. The quarterback had to put a little extra on that one, and they were able to make the completion.
He took a pretty good lick at the end of that one. So the Ravens will come out, and they are led by the man who's won the MVP twice and was the runner-up a season ago. Hard to believe it is year 8 for Lamar Jackson as the Ravens quarterback.
Nothing real fancy when you look back on last week's game, Mike. I mean, he had the 2 touchdown passes, of course, the 1 interception. He'd love to have that. But for the most part, I thought he was really efficient. I thought he did a nice job operating the system. And there's actually some more plays that he left out there. So I think he can build off a lot of that and try to improve in this one today.
Just a yard on first down. Here's 2nd and 9. We'll go again here with Henry. Up the sideline at the 35. And he's going to be out of bounds, just shy of midfield. It's a gain there of 26 yards.
Watch the running back's patience here, Mike. He's slow, and then he hits it. That's the key here. If he goes too fast, their linemen aren't ready yet. Really well executed. Great run.
Jackson now to throw on first down. All the way. Touchdown, Ravens. That touchdown number 23 for him on the season. So that touchdown pass number 51 on the year, it moves him past 2 guys at 50 to the best ever. Tom Brady in 2007 and Patrick Mahomes in 2018. Tyler Luke now for the extra point. He's got it. And the Ravens will take a 7-0 lead. Now, after the touchdown, Luke is back out to kick this one away. Washington now to return it. And he will get cut down short, shy of the 20-yard line. There's Mike Tomlin, the longtime head man in Pittsburgh. His Steelers get set to take over once more. They were forced to punt the first time through. It led to a touchdown, so down 7-0 as they get the ball back for 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Warren to start the drive. He'll try to get back to the line, but he's not happening. Gonna lose a yard.
So everything this defense talks about, Mike, is creating negative plays. It's one of the best run defenses in football. Everything is about suffocating you at the line of scrimmage, make you work for everything you get.
And try to fit in the slant, and it was intercepted. Picked off by Nate Wiggins. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the goal line. Nearly a pick-6, but he does set up the offense with 1st and goal.
Great job there, not only securing the ball for the interception, Mike, but then turning into a runner. I can promise you he's going to get an earful by his teammates when they watch, saying, man, you couldn't get it in the end zone. Either way, that offense takes the field on the 1-yard line. He certainly did his job.
This is the best starting field position you could ever have. 1st and goal from the 1. Henry trying to find a crease in that mass of humanity, but he's going to come up short. It's a gain of 1. Brings up 2nd and goal. From the 1, 2nd and goal. Go with their fullback trying to get it. And he barrels his way into the end zone. Patrick Ricard. Touchdown, Baltimore. That his 1st touchdown this year. That is a dream scenario. The offense handed the ball first and goal, and Greg, they take it to the end zone for 6.
They're not going to have many easier drives than that, Mike. I mean, to get the ball, not only in a short field, but in a goal-to-go situation, you don't get a lot of those chances. You have to cash them in, and that's exactly what they were able to do.
The extra point is up and through, and the Ravens will extend their first quarter lead. It's now 14-0. Now, after the touchdown, Luke is back out to kick this one away. Washington now to return it. A good return as he takes it across the 30. Here comes the Pittsburgh offense now, heading back onto the field. This unit hasn't been at their best early on. Punt followed by an interception on their first 2 drives. They'll start this on the ground with Warren.
So these, Mike, are the body blow runs. They're not big gains. They're nothing fancy. But they really set that physical tone for the rest of the game where now a good play caller can use some of these early runs to set up something a little bit bigger down the road.
This one is complete to DK Metcalf. That'll be taken down, but it takes them across midfield down to the 40-yard line. That one good for 26 yards. They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Rodgers will get this into the hands of Thielen. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. From the 34-yard line, here's 2nd and 3. They'll run the draw with Warren. Good running there. He's got the 1st down inside the 30.
It just seems like every time this guy touches the ball, he makes something happen. And not all of his runs are always going to be positive. He's kind of one of those guys that's going to get a 0, a 1, a 2. But it's the home run threat. It's the big plays that really tip the scales in your favor. And when you can generate those big explosive plays on the ground, man, it makes such a big difference for the offense.
16-yard pickup on that one. That's a Steeler 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 11-yard line.
On 1st and 10, it's Warren. Oh, a loose football. And the Ravens have come up with the football. Boy, that one hurts, Greg. They had a really nice drive going and moved it halfway down the field, but then fumbled down here in the red zone, and the defense comes up with a turnover.
Anytime you put together a drive of this length, Mike, you just want to come away with points. Of course, a touchdown is the main goal, but in this case, to turn the ball over this deep in the red zone is just a brutal turn of events for this offense.
On 1st down, they'll start the drive with Henry. And some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
2nd down, they need 3. On play action, here's Jackson. Moving out. Oh, that's not going to work out at all. That is a safety. Well, the quarterback just kept going back and back. And you're wondering, what is he going to do? And, well, there's the answer. He's going to give the defense 2 points.
Yeah, and you have to wonder, Mike, did he just lose track of actually how far he was retreating? And at some point, you think that ball's going to come out. He's going to throw it away and move on to the next down. But he didn't. Now the defense is going to take advantage and get 2 points.
The Steelers offense and their running back, Jalen Warren, set to take over once more. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. Now Warren. And he is stopped in his tracks. Loss of a couple on the play.
Well, as been the case this entire first half. It's been the defense that's really carried the load for this team. Some offensive struggles, but they've done more than their part, coming through again with another big stop for a loss.
They'll run the toss with Warren. And he's going to be swallowed up again. Back-to-back runs, back-to-back losses. Now it's third down.
26-yard line.
From the gun. And this drive is over before it can start. He's swallowed up to force a fourth down.
These pass rushers, they love these situations where they can just pin their ears back and go after the quarterback. They knew they had a chance to put an end to this drive, and they didn't let it go to waste.
Here's Corliss Waitman now. And he's on to punt for the second time in this opening quarter. Down on what should be the final play of this first quarter. Now first carry here for Keaton Mitchell. He's got room to the 45. And he is out of bounds, but not until he's inside the 40-yard line. What a way to kick off a drive. That's a gain of 30 and another first down. So after one, it's the Ravens out front. And we're back to the Steel City after this. Raven football, quarter number 2 begins as they've got it with 1st and 10. Play action now. Jackson. He'll get it into the hands of Zay Flowers. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. First time he's caught a ball here tonight, and it is good for a first down.
At the 26-yard line.
They'll run with the man from Marshall, Rashid Ali.
Well, there hasn't been a whole lot for this crowd to be excited about on either side of the ball, but at least now the defense is trying to be that smart. Nice tackle for loss there. Can they do something to build upon to try to get this team going?
Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Now it's Jackson. Oh, he couldn't set his feet, but he completes it anyway. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up 3rd down.
Not every pass has to be thrown downfield. You can rely on the run after catch, especially a big body like this tight end. Get the ball in his hands early and let him pick up the rest after the catch.
Here's a 3rd down and 4. In the shotgun, here's Jackson. That's complete. He got it to Hopkins. And the Ravens are going to have 1st and goal, trying to finish off this drive with a touchdown. A gain of 11, and it's 1st and goal. Ball resting on the 9. 1st down and goal. Here's a run. Some room to run as he takes it down to the 2-yard line.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You got to have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
And he will power his way into the end zone. Derrick Henry, touchdown Ravens. A lot of big bodies down there, but at the end of the day, the one that mattered, the one with the ball, finds the end zone for the touchdown.
Yeah, once that back gets the ball, Mike, he's just looking for a little crack of daylight, and he's thinking, I'm going to run into it and just hope I come out the other side. And in this case, the other side's the end zone, and they get 6.
The PAT, up and good. And the Ravens add on one more as they extend their second quarter lead. Now, after the touchdown, Luke is back out to kick this one away. From the 6, here comes a return. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. Steelers offense ready to take over possession of the football. They'll try to get this a bit more respectable before the break. It has not been their half to this point. Let's see what they do on this drive. First down now. Play fake. It's Rodgers. This one complete to Hayward. And he'll get it on 8 on that one. Most of it coming after the catch. It's second down.
Brings up 2nd and 1 at the 38-yard line.
Rodgers out quick to Metcalf. And he'll be brought down after a short pickup. But that is enough for a first down.
That's good for a Steelers first down. 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
On play action, Rodgers. The ball comes out. One of the Ravens has it. And he rumbles his way into the end zone. The fumble recovery. And the great return for the touchdown. Greg, what a terrible play for the offense. You're trying to gain some momentum. Here you not only lose the handle of the ball, you hand the defense 6 points.
And, Mike, how often do we see that when a player loses the ball, his confidence is not far behind? And I think in this case, that's where the coaching comes in. Put your arm around him. Hey, we're giving you the ball in this next possession. We believe in you. They've got to get this player back into the flow of the game after that back-breaking turnover that led to the defensive touchdown.
Now, after the touchdown, Luke is back out to kick this one away. He'll start at the 4. And he is stopped at 25. The drive will begin there. There's Mike Tomlin, the longtime head man in Pittsburgh. His Steelers get set to take over once more. They'll begin with first. From the shotgun, it's A-Rod. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. From the 31, here is 2nd and 4.
At the 31-yard line.
Rodgers now. He's hit after the catch, and the ball comes free. And it will be another turnover as this defense does it again.
Mike, we hear that term run after catch so often, and sometimes people miss that there's kind of a middle phase. There's the catch, but before it turns into a run, you have to secure the ball as a ball carrier, right? It needs to be put away, properly held, points of pressure, front tip up against your body. All of that is kind of taken for granted. Catching it is just step 1. You've got to secure the ball before you become a runner. What is it? What is it on?
On first down, right back to Mitchell. He'll work this ahead for 2, maybe 3. Patrick Queen, the linebacker. They're on the tackle. Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd down and 7. Off the play fake. Jackson. Throw here down the field will fall incomplete.
How often do we see teams kind of nurse these big leads, Mike, especially as the game unfolds? They turn to the ground game. They try to slow everything down. Well, not this offense. They refuse to take their foot off the gas. They're still mining for explosive plays, and frankly, with the way today's gone, I don't blame them.
On third down, Jackson. Open man, right side. He's got it. He's going to have the first down. So they convert on third down with a pickup of 9.
And this is what can happen when you're so worried about protecting the sticks, Mike. You force them to throw the ball underneath, but then you've got to be able to rally the ball and tackle. But they weren't able to do it before he gets to the line to gain, and he ends up picking up the first down anyway.
Here's 1st and 10. They'll work straight ahead with Henry. And a good show of force there. He gets 4 tough yards out of that one.
4 yards on the pickup.
It is 2nd and 6. Gonna go right back to Henry. And he will win the race to the pylon. He's in. Derrick Henry. Touchdown, Baltimore. He's got another one. His 2nd touchdown of the evening. And this spectacular season continues. Now his 20th rushing touchdown on the year, a number very few backs have reached in the history of the NFL. On and good. And the Ravens add on to their already sizable lead. Now, after the touchdown, Luke is back out to kick this one away. This will be returned from the 6. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Steelers' offense and their running back, Jalen Warren, set to take over once more. They'll do so with 1st and 10. Rodgers to throw. That's taken in left side by Smith. The Steelers will use one of their timeouts, and they'll get together prior to the 2nd down play. They'll motion the tight end Smith. To throw, it's Rodgers. He'll go right back to Smith. They hook up again. And they'll get him down after a gain of 5, but that is enough for a first down. That's caught by Smith on the right side. And he's going to be out of bounds just beyond midfield. That's his 3rd catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Rodgers going up top again. That one thrown behind his target. It'll be incomplete. Jalen Warren was the man he was trying to connect with. And it'll bring up 2nd down. They'll throw again. Here's Rodgers. To the right side, corralled by Wheeler.
This is a really nice job of just finding a hole in coverage, Mike. And I used to say, hey, when you're open, stay open. That's the art of route running versus zone coverage. And it's a friendly target for the quarterback in space, and we're able to convert.
Good-looking screenplay there. A gain of 11 and a first down.
It's a gain of 11. That's another Steelers first down.
Again, it's Rodgers. That's complete to his running back, Kenneth Gainwell. Oh, a nice open field tackle there. He could not get free. They're going to stop him for no gain.
27-yard line.
2nd and 11. To the air once more. It's Rodgers. Oh, huge mistake late in the half. It is intercepted. And the Ravens will take over here just shy of the 30.
Mike, there's usually such a comfort level when the guy playing quarterback behind center is a veteran. They've seen a lot of ball. You can trust them to make good decisions. And then every once in a while, one just gets away, and that's just simply a bad ball, a bad mistake. I mean, you're not going to get away with it at this level.
It's a short one, caught by Andrews. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. 12 yards on the game. That's good for a quick first down.
Every defense in the league, Mike, they stress the importance of defending the middle of the field. And in this case, that's just too much room to operate. They have to find a way to close and cloudy up those windows, make the quarterback throw the ball to the sidelines. And you allow him to operate in there, especially with that much space, you're going to make for a long day.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Always enjoy this time of year. Saturday NFL football, so let's get into it. Our trip through the NFL starts now. We begin with the reigning, defending Super Bowl champs, the Eagles, at home to take on the Commanders in the NFC East. And this is Devontae Smith. They put a lot of trust in him, and it's well placed. This, one of 3 touchdowns for him in the game. The Eagles win their 3rd straight game as they get the victory today. With that, a look at how things stand, the playoff picture in the AFC as the season draws to a close. Meanwhile, our game has not been all that competitive, a one-sided affair through 2 quarters. As we get you back out to the second half and rejoin Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Very one-sided first half of action. Will we get a turnaround? Let's find out. The 3rd quarter is underway. Tylan Wallace now on the return. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. Lamar Jackson and the Ravens headed back out again. And he's had it going in the first half. Really had his way with the secondary. They have been powerless to stop him. Now they're trying to keep it going. Jackson now to throw on first down. The throw here is complete. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. From the 35, here's 2nd and 2. A give right up the middle to Henry. And he'll have enough to move the chains. He'll take this forward for about 3 yards.
This is a situation that play callers love to be in, Mike. They have all their options on the table. 2nd and short, play action pass, you can run. In this case, they choose to keep it on the ground, play it safe, pick up the first down.
And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground. From the 46, here's 2nd and 1.
Hey, Alpha, right?
Here's the fullback, McCall. And he'll get about 4 of that one. That should be enough to move the chains. It is. First down.
Well, here's where you really see the value of having a good run. 3rd and short, 4th and short. The ability to just keep it simple, win up front, turn around, hand the ball to your back, and to say, okay, more likely than not, we're going to get a fresh set of downs, maintain possession, and now continue to find opportunities to go generate points.
Throw over the middle, brought in by Hopkins. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. From the 39, here's a 1st and 10.
It's a gain of 10. First down.
From the gun, Jackson. Looking into the middle, there's Flowers. Getting close to another first down. This is brought down just shy of the marker.
Second and 2. At the Steelers' 30.
Here's second and 2. On the give, it's Mitchell. And he will keep the drive moving. Gets the first down. He's gained a foul.
I think every running back's dream is that he's going to run through a wide open hole and have breakaway touchdowns, but that's not necessarily the case very often in the NFL. So the backs that are the best are the ones that can get more yardage than maybe what's blocked for. And I think this is a nice physical gain here that they can continue to build off of as the game unfolds.
On first and 10, Jackson. That one incomplete. The defender right there to make the play. And it's second down. We'll give you a look at the key inactives for tonight's ball game. Interesting to see how much of an impact their absence will have on this one.
Alpha, sit hot! 180! Sit hot! 180! I'm changing. Sit hot!
Jackson now on second down. A throw, left side, caught by Andrews. He's going to be marked down at the 12-yard line. Jackson to his big target, Andrews, for the Baltimore first down.
First and 10 at the 12-yard line.
Sit hot! 180! Middle. Sit hot!
In the red zone now, he'll drop to throw. A lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out front.
On the handoff, it's Henry. And he will score again. Derrick Henry. Touchdown, Ravens. What a year. That is touchdown number 22 on the season. Greg, nothing changed at halftime. They come right out to start this third quarter and pick up where they left off.
Well, I think this defensive coordinator is going to think back to his halftime speech, Mike, because whatever adjustments he thought they made, it obviously didn't resonate. What we saw happen in the first half, they picked right back up here to start the third quarter, and at this point, the offense has hit its stride, and they continue to pull away.
Tyler Luke to kick off for Baltimore.
Now, after the touchdown, Luke is back out to kick this one away. Washington now to return it. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. There's Mike Tomlin, the longtime head man in Pittsburgh. His Steelers get set to take over once more. They're in need of points in a big way as they set out on first and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Rodgers. He'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. They face second down and 7.
Second and 7 at the 30-yard
From the gun, Rodgers. Metcalf reels it in on the right side. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up third down.
brings up third and...
Looking to throw, it's Rodgers. He gets that to his tight end, Smith. And the defense can't come up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Here's Warren. And not much there. Good defense. Held to no gain.
When you look throughout this game, Mike, I don't think there's even a debate. This defensive line has clearly won the battle at the line of scrimmage over this offensive line. And for an offense that wants the run game to be such a critical element to its plan, they've got to do a better job.
And now for a second time, he loses the football. And it will be another turnover as this defense does it again.
You know, Mike, with the importance being placed on yards after the catch, we're seeing more and more guys really emphasize turning into a runner as soon as possible. And of course, it's a critical part of today's modern offense. But the part you have to remember, the yards are never more important than protecting the ball, so it needs to continue to be stressed. Yes, we want the big explosive play after the catch, but never at the expense of the ball.
Here's a handoff to Ali. Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's second down.
Hey, Alpha, sit hot! Shut up!
Play action now. Jackson. Got a man coming across the field. He's got it. Down inside the 10. And they're going to get this all the way down inside the 5. It's a big one for the Ravens. 39 yards.
And it's hardly an exaggeration when I say, Mike, that he's probably one of the most difficult individual assignments in the entire league. It's like playing football against that really good kid in your neighborhood. He's just hard to cover, and plays like this, it just shows how special he can be.
They'll try to run this one in. And he will take this one across into the end zone. Rasheen Ali. Touchdown, Baltimore. That's the 5th touchdown for him on the year.
Make no mistake about it, he may get the glory, but that does not happen without unbelievable blocking up front. So let's give the big guys all the credit in the world. He's able to displace the defense right there at the point of attack, and that's about as easy a goal line touchdown as you're going to see all year.
Luke now for the extra point. He's got it. And the Ravens stretch things out even further. Now, after the touchdown, Luke is back out to kick this one away. Washington now to return it. Now an opening past the 30. And they will finally track him down, but not before he takes this to the other side of midfield. There's Mike Tomlin, the longtime head man in Pittsburgh. His Steelers get set to take over once more. They're in tremendous starting field position after the kick return. They start with 1st and 10 up beyond midfield. The shotgun, the ball's out. I believe one of the Steelers was in there and brought it in. He did. So it stays with Pittsburgh. So after the loss on 1st, here's 2nd and 14. Throwing, Rodgers. Oh, they're on him in the flash, and he lost the football. And fortunately, their center able to rein it in, and they'll retain possession.
Sometimes these games in the NFL, Mike, they get decided by simply how the ball bounces. I mean, how often do we see a quarterback in the pocket get strip sacked, and that ball ends up going the other direction? Fortunately for them, they can regroup, get back in the huddle, and live another day. Ball falls into the hands of his own guy, and they'll see if they can dodge this bullet.
3rd and long for Rodgers. And he'll be stopped short of a 1st down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's 4th down. Steelers getting ready to punt this one away. As this drive went backwards, he's on to kick it away. Oh! And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this 3rd quarter of play. So we are through 3. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. So 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 22.
Get it! Grab ball 80!
Fourth quarter underway, and here's Henry. Trying to find someplace to go, but nothing developing. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 1.
I can promise you that is not how they wanted to start this drive, Mike. I mean, to get blown up at the point of attack, there was just nowhere for the back to go on that one.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up second and long. It's second down and 12. Huntley. He's got his big target. That's Isaiah Likely. And he's going to be taken down inside the 40-yard line. It's a big one for the Ravens. 42 yards. First down.
How about that for your first catch of the game? I mean, to be able to attack the defense with your very first grab really sets things up nicely for the rest of the game. So defensively, they need to tighten up a little bit on the back end, because I promise you that's not going to be the last time they call his number.
Go! 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
On the bootleg, he'll look to throw. Quick throw, taken in. He'll be out of bounds. Decent pickup of 5 on first down. From the 32-yard line now, here's second and 5. On second down, a run with Mitchell. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
You want to see linebackers play downhill, Mike, meaning there's not a lot of side-to-side pursuit. They're attacking the line of scrimmage, attacking the ball carrier. That's exactly what we saw out of this guy here. He's able to make the stop at the line of scrimmage and keep it to no gain.
On the run to the right, escaping the danger, throwing and completing.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started.
It's a pickup of 14, and the decision to go for it pays off.
First down. A gain of 14. First down, Baltimore.
Just a really good play design that time, Mike, from the offensive coordinator. They match up one of the most explosive playmakers in the NFL with a hook curl defender, and he's just not able to match up with one of the best route runners in the league.
60 Eagles, 60 Eagles. Let go.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he just does get that one away. He was being chased down, forced the awkward throw. Maybe he's fortunate that all it is an incompletion.
The defense had their sights set on making a big play one way or another. First, it was the initial pressure. They thought they had the quarterback for a sack. But then they get their hands on the ball, and I think if you're this offense walking back into the huddle, Mike, an incomplete pass there, probably the best possible outcome.
Jalen Ramsey, he is tough to throw on. There to bat that one away. This drive in danger of stalling out on 3rd and 10. On play action, he'll set up to throw. And he's got it to Flowers for the connection. Ronnie Stanley, the former 6th overall pick, empty there. The task now, a really tough one. 3rd and very long. Here's Huntley. Open man is Hopkins. He'll gain some yardage here, but that is not nearly enough for the first down. It's going to bring up 4th down.
For the field goal. A 36-yard attempt.
Good snap. Good hold. Good kick. And the Ravens will add to their lead here in the 4th quarter.
I think at this point in the game, Mike, when you have things under control, not only were they able to hold on to the ball for a while, they still were able to manage to add 3 points.
Washington now to return it. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. it's Warren to start the drive. And he's got this up close to the 35-yard line. That run good for a dozen. A very quick first down. From the 34 now, it's 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Now it's a bootleg with Rodgers. A throw on the move is caught. And he's down inside the 40-yard line. 1st and 10 now from the 36.
Steelers, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 36.
A carry here for Warren. The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3.
And they've really done a nice job defensively holding them in check. I mean, ideally, you'd want your back to average around 4 yards a pop, but they're falling short of that threshold as of now, and partially it's why they find themselves trailing at this stage of the game.
It'll be a short pickup. That's not enough for the first down. It's going to be 3rd. They need 1. They'll try to sneak it here. They will have it at the 24-yard line. That's enough for a first down.
It's a gain of 2. That's another Steelers first down.
2 minutes remain in the 4th quarter. We'll come back and finish this one off after this. They'll come up here 1st and 10. To throw, it's Rodgers. And he can clear that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. 2nd and 10.
Starts on the coverage.
Rodgers. Metcalf, left side. He's got it. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down.
A 2-yard pickup makes it 3rd and 8.
Rodgers now. He'll dump this out wide to Gainwell. And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. It sets up 4th down. Here comes Chris Boswell to try a field goal. This one is good. He knocks it through. And the Steelers will cut into that lead. Back out is Boswell following the field goal. He'll send this one away. This returnable for Wallace. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. Derrick Henry heading out along with the rest of this Ravens offense. And it's hard to believe you can run the ball a whole lot better than he has. The vision, the cutback ability, the acceleration, the stats. It has all been on display throughout.
Come on, set! 1918! Ready?
Now Huntley. Looking middle there, but it's incomplete.
Well, we all know the running joke, right, Mike? If this guy could catch, he'd be playing offense. And, well, I think that's kind of a joke for the pass. These defensive players are incredible these days. That's just too easy. You've got to secure that interception for your defense and get off the field.
And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs. So they're not going to get the yardage to reflect it, but I actually thought that was a pretty nice job by the running back, at least getting back to the original line of scrimmage. This offensive line, they've got to do a better job getting him through untouched. His yards before contact got to be better.
Huntley now. Oh, the blitz gets there. He is sacked. And they turn it over on down.
All right, Mike, so in this situation, a defensive coordinator has two options. You can sit back and play the pass, or you can be aggressive and go after the quarterback. In this case, they chose the latter, and that's why they were able to force the turnover on downs.
They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Now Rodgers. That's complete to Metcalf. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up third down.
That's a gain of 8. Brings up 3rd and 2.
Working out of the gun, it's Rodgers. That is incomplete. Here we go. Here goes what could be their final play. It's 4th down. To the air once more, it's Rodgers. He'll get this into the hands of Austin. And he's going to have the first down. Aggressive call there. It works out as they convert on 4th down. And it's going to be some points here at the finish line. This is a touchdown. They fought till the end, but still will come up short. The teamwork was just ideal there. Greg, we don't see practice all week, but we see it pay off in the game.
And when you have a wide receiver, Mike, that can operate near the sideline, it just increases the amount of space that quarterback has to work with. He knows that he can put that ball maybe a little bit further away from the defender, knowing he's got the guy on the other end to not only secure the catch, but to keep his feet in bounds for a touchdown.
So it is a win here for the visitors, the Ravens. They finished the season on a high note. Now they'll have the week off as the #1 seed. Get back to it in 2 weeks for the divisional round of the playoffs. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. With that, we say good night from Pittsburgh.